Hi all, it's Aman here from Elron News Now. Firstly, I want to apologize as we've been out of action for several months now here at Elron News Now. The reason being we've been pretty busy on our end. Additionally, I've had to complete some licensing of information over that time. Now that's out of the way, we can continue to provide value and information to you, especially in regards to the Elron blockchain, Elron ecosystem, and the whole Elron community. In this video, we interviewed Victor from Coinbase, and we discuss things such as how Coinbase got started, what makes Coinbase different to other NFT projects, what challenges did the whole team encounter and how they got around it, what else is in store for the future of Coinbase, the investors and their community, and a whole lot more. And so without further ado, here's the video. Enjoy. Alright guys, it's Aman here from Elron News Now. We've got here Victor from Coinbase, and he's here to talk to us about what Coinbase does and what they are doing in the future as well. So without further ado, Victor, can you tell us what you do in Coinbase and how you got started?
Yeah, hello. Nice to talk to you and we'll share. So Coinbase started a year ago. Two of my best friends approached about building something way for e-commerce and related to blockchain. So I was in restaurant and I jumped into the train and we started working on our application. So the initial idea was to build the Shopify application, which allows merchants to mint NFTs and sell them on their storefront. I thought about that idea because it's actually difficult to mint NFTs if you don't have tech skills, and we thought that we would empower merchants and run to easily understand how to mint NFTs and sell with our shop. So we would like to see then NFTs on their storefront or not as well. We managed to finish it, and once we submitted, it didn't go well because the Shopify teams, in order to build the NFT minting application in Shopify, you can only build it for enterprise clients. It has some kind of internal policies, so that was a bit of setback because we didn't expect it. We thought that we would release our general usage and merchants still would be able to use the application right there. So we decided to get more involved ourselves because we were building this application and yet we weren't so active in the space. So we built our Coinbase community and saw that people are passionate about our product. They liked our team. One fact is that it shows Elron Network because I was really passionate about their application. It had one of the best and still has one of the best user experiences. So I thought that the team approaches the game seriously. So that's why we can trust them and build on top of that. And fast forward, we managed to build quite great things. Our collection successfully sold out, but more importantly, building this amazing community. People are happy. And this month ago, we released our station, which actually is already can be used by general usage. It is not an NFT minting application, but it empowers merchants to basically sell the stuff only for people who actually hold specific NFTs. If people hold apes, they get, let's say, 10% or 20% discount, or can actually access it. So that will match or sell whatever we want with our Shopify. And as well, for both that and from our current experience, we see that upcoming shops, we are not really interested in using existing collections. We want to build their own collection because we see the power, and the power will always be to the communities. Because if we have community, we can always ask and get this immediate feedback. And also your loyal customers will be the ones who will actually use our store. So that's why we understand it, and we as a Coinbase help to do that. So that's basically short introduction. Yes.
100%. That's great. And one thing you mentioned, using Shopify, which is a very big retail marketplace all around the world, is very well known. So, tapping into that sort of area is going to be great for Coinbase. And so that's what sort of prompted your team. And I noticed you've also opened Coinbase to another NFT blockchain. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so basically after we released the second one, which is available for general usage, we saw and actually read a lot about e-commerce and how brands approach it. And we thought that we need to have our window to the Ethereum world because it's much bigger. It has a bigger reach, bigger audience. And a lot of the times brands approach us and understand what's around this. We never heard of it because we always on Ethereum. So we are doing a great job for our network as well. Once we did also really good blockchain, actually provides cheap transaction fees. It's more suitable for this kind of applications where NFTs have no goal is to basically have our window Ethereum network because we are building there. It's logistical, but it's good that we started earlier. and we are slowly building on top of
Yeah,
that.
that's great. That's a good strategy, I guess, because they're tapping into the Polygon network with the Ethereum users, bringing them over to Elrond. And as you and I know, Elrond is still pretty early. So, it's good to be able to get that sort of exposure to other projects and other blockchains as well. Can you expand a little bit about Coinbase and have you encountered changes as well?
Think about the customers and understand their needs instead of just thinking about some ideas and have application at the moment for that's one of the primary focuses. And the second is that we will profile or new application. So all visible on the website, and I can elaborate on that as well.
That's fair enough. That's understandable. One thing I like about Coinbase too is the NFT. What you guys did is you also doxed, and so that's one thing I like with projects. I like to invest in projects that I know who the team are behind, because I know that they're actually going to do whatever they can to make sure that it's a success. Is there anything else that you think that what makes Coinbase different to other projects or NFTs?
Yeah, I think that in our space, there are quite good projects. I don't want to maybe this one particularly, but also there are upcoming projects like Pelea, the Blue Park. Those guys are amazing. They may actually store in the results. I mean, they have always go to Twitter and see that. So I would like to see this more building mentality, basically, where people actually are building and they're sharing the progress, because it's not sustainable to hide a project, because when you don't know basically what it costs, you can get scammed and it's detrimental to the whole network. So that, I think that's what it's changed. And still maybe not the same change, because as I said, I like when I see other projects also building stuff, but can't say we are better. I think that we are setting a great example of how community should be run. And maybe another side to this, that our community, I mean, we talk about not only blockchain, we should basically express our ideas, and it's much better because we're getting the warnings for that. So it isn't just typical like Facebook group where they speak and they can be banned or just left out. It's all much more open. They also get benefited from that because the NFTs hold as well.
Mm.
So I like this approach.
That's great. And I noticed Coinbase NFTs are sold out at the moment. I think you've got the founders pass at the moment. Can you give us an idea about that?
Yeah, it's a founder's pass, and it was specifically dedicated to bring more exposure. So OpenSea, I think it will take some time. I think that the actual holders will be the people who are actually interested in using our application and getting revenue from that and getting the cheaper access. So I think that will be the main idea. So it will take some time. And our Coinbase successfully sold out. But 3 days ago, we released for the second financial network, and it was planned maybe 6 months ago. Actually, yeah, after Coinbase release, but it took us 4 months. And I was really passionate about the whole idea. We did quite a lot of iteration. I think we would make a contest, a network. We should basically find the projects regarding the app space.
That's great. And one thing I noticed is that the floor price for Coinbase has increased over time since the first pre-sale, and have been pretty steady since. So can you give us an idea why you think that is, and what's kept it steady over time?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's all because of our community and the people like John and Yannick, a lot of a really bad garage, but they are spreading the world, and everyone in our community is welcome. I mean, once you join, we are good introductions. We would call several mysteries, basically, maybe some of what is basically for a good. I mean, we don't want to spoil too much information.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's that. And also everything is transparent. We can see how much we stake. I think we are managed for that part, thanks to our community also as well.
That's great. Now, I can't believe Coinbase is over a year old now, and time has gone quick. Can you give us an idea of how you utilize the funds in the previous and what you plan to do in the immediate future, any further raisings?
Yes, basically funds need that at least development rate, and be basically sure that we can sustain ourselves and don't get too overboard the source. And also I'm coding as well. So I like that. I don't want to basically forget my skills. And I think that when you're a developer and you can manage people, also put their skills on social skills or whatever, but it's good to then you know the tech. And still the key area will be marketing, because we need to invest related doing that, optimizing for Google search engine. Trying for the moment, I think for particular keywords We are at the certain top 5, top 7. For NFTs on Shopify. So it's good. And we will invest in that as well as those reaching out to newsletters and also to e-commerce and building them. So that's indeed that.
I want to respect your time. Thank you for the opportunity to interview you. And is there else that I missed out on, perhaps to our listeners and viewers?
Yeah, so that was mentioned with Alan Combats. And they released a bit of 2 days ago. Visit our blog because the community and we have talented people, Jazz, hiring from basically putting out content, and it's really nice to read about applications, also about strategy, which is definitely unique. And I think we're on one of the first projects which actually interested in building up and allowing other people to be decentralized. Yeah.
That's great. And how can they find out more about you?
Yes, basically, we should visit Coinbase.io and also our Twitter, check type Coinbase and we'll see a bunch of profiles. And because it's our Twitter, one specifically focused for NFT commerce and more into commerce stuff, and other basically general company news, and another specifically for NFTs. Because it's really super awesome. And
Great. All right. So if anyone wants to find out about Coinbase, head over to coinbase.io. You can see the socials, the Twitter, the Discord, and you can find information about them. So once again, thank you, Victor, for the opportunity to interview you, and I hope you have a good night there, wherever you are. Thank you.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I will start my own podcast, so stay tuned. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, just watch out for Victor. He'll have his podcast too, so make sure you keep alert on his progress. So thank you again, Victor. Appreciate it.
Thanks.